Google is officially discontinuing its podcast app from April 2nd, 2024. Happy April Fool's Day! Hey, what's up everyone? I'm Steph. I run a production house here in Singapore doing photography, videography, live stream, and basically everything tech. Welcome to my channel. In today's video, I will talk about the biggest tech news today, probably, or in April, or this year, and share my thoughts on what's on for Google Podcasts moving forward. No, Google is not pulling an April Fool's Day joke on the whole world by discontinuing its podcast app. The YouTube team initially released the news in a statement dated September 26, 2023. And according to this report, Google's podcast app will wind down as part of its broader plan to centralize its audio services under YouTube. The YouTube Music platform will become a better overall destination for fans and podcasters alike, with YouTube-only capabilities across the community, discovery, and audio-visual switching as a result of increased investment in podcasts. So what does this mean for the everyday user like myself? So now YouTube Music will bring in what was formerly known as Google Podcasts under its wing. So now in future, from April 2nd, you can listen to music and podcasts all under one roof in YouTube Music. We all know that YouTube is one of the most popular online destinations for video, if not the most popular. But it's also one of the premier places in the world to find and listen to music. It's no surprise then that Google went out and wrote all that music content into a dedicated music app called YouTube Music. This app offers music and podcasts and has both free and premium versions. So you may ask, what's the difference between YouTube Premium and YouTube Music Premium? With YouTube Premium, you can watch videos on the YouTube app ad-free, offline, and in the background. YouTube Premium Music is included in your YouTube Premium membership. You can download the YouTube Music app to listen to over 100 million songs. Wow! Ad-free, offline, and while your screen is locked. The move to shift podcasting over to YouTube could actually help Google become a bigger player in the space. Not only by combining its efforts and sharpening its focus, but also because interest in video podcasts, which were already popular on YouTube, is on the rise according to statistics. So how big exactly is the podcast industry? The global podcasting market size was estimated at $18.52 billion in 2022 and $23.75 billion in 2023. Just imagine the estimated compounded growth in 2024 with video podcasting coming into the picture. So I did a quick Google search, YouTube versus, and it brought up Spotify and Apple Music. To me, it seems like Google is trying to capture a market share of the music streaming market. I mean, it's that simple, right? Podcasting, technically, is a subset of video podcasting, because you can still listen to video podcasts normally without looking at the screen if you don't want to. Podcasters will be recording nonetheless. Maybe now they don't have to do their recording in pajamas and probably have to doll up a little bit to prepare for the recording. For myself, I've always favored video podcasts rather than the traditional classic podcast app. I used to run a wedding podcast catered to the Singapore wedding market a couple of years back, discussing trends and the latest happenings with the wedding industry here in Singapore. But unfortunately, it didn't take off. Well, to be honest, I wasn't consistent enough. I was posting sporadically, maybe once a month, sometimes once every 2-3 months. Well, maybe I should have done a video podcast instead. I mean, honestly, if you start off as a podcaster, I feel you need to have, of course, good content and a good voice, like a radio DJ, because these people are listening to your voice, right, without any visuals, or at least a voice that doesn't sound irritating. My voice doesn't sound that good, so I can never be a radio DJ. But if you have a video to match the voice, at least you take some of the glory or unglory away from your bad voice. I mean, visuals are always more captivating, right? People like to watch videos. That's why YouTube has a whopping 1 billion views a day estimated, which is around 5 billion YouTube videos being watched every day. So these are just my personal thoughts regarding the closure, the announcement of Google Podcasts on the April 2nd, 2024. So a lot of the information I mentioned and talked about earlier are facts, while some of them are my personal opinions. But there's no doubt that in the grand scale of things, it's not actually the end of Google Podcasts. In my opinion, I would actually see it as an upgrade to Google Podcasts 2.0, also known as YouTube Music. So what are your thoughts on this in today's video regarding the closure of Google Podcasts? Let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear them and have a quick discussion or a talk about it with you. So that's all for today's video. Until the next one, I'm Steph. Take care. Bye bye.